sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and June. What a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
Hey, Scupper. Hey, Scupper.
When you stay at the Richmond County Yacht Club on their moorings, they provide a taxi service and they'll come and pick you up in this boat. I wanted to share with you a project I'm working on today. It's really windy, so we're kind of stuck on the boat, so it's nice to have a project. This is our galley, which has been turned into a sewing station or a cutting station. This is a bag that fits over the seat in our dinghy, and it's just rotten. So I cut pieces out of canvas I had on board. You can see all my sewing stuff, made a pattern, measured. You can see what I've done here. Marked it all up to make sure that everything's going to line up. And there you go. Now I'm going to show you where I sew. There's my little barracuda. So I sit there and I sew there. And because it's so windy today, the wind generator's going like crazy. It'll produce enough power for me to run this sewing machine.
What an industrious woman you are. Here's Deb in the forepeak doing her thing. Peace, baby.
Peace, with my little groovy hat on. I'm putting a zipper in, so that's a little bit...
Little bit?
Well, it's just a little bit. I need to do a little bit more thinking about that. So,
So can you explain what you've just done, hon?
well, it's taken me all day, but I've got the seat. This goes over the seat slides in here in the dinghy, and then you've got this zipper, and in here you've got this spot to store all your stuff.
Wow.
So
I like your little sewing nook.
Yeah, it's nice, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cool.
So, but anyway, yeah, so I'm glad we're done that, because those our other bag was rotten, and so we had things on the floor in the dinghy, which, you know, kind of tripping hazards.
Well, departure day at last. We've been just over a week in Great Kills Harbour. Thank you very much to the Richmond County Yacht Club. Also RCYC, by the way, for all you Canadians. But Richmond County Yacht Club welcomed us into their club, and they've wined and dined us and treated us well. And we thank them all very much for their hospitality, and we definitely will be back someday. Today, let me just adjust here for a second. Today, we are going out into the ocean in earnest. This is our first overnight trip with Windover. We're going to go to Cape May from Great Kills Harbour, so all the way down the east coast, the Jersey Shore, and we should be tomorrow morning about this time rolling into Cape May. Behind us, I don't know if anybody can see these things, but there are 3 other boats following us. Now, they're sort of a who's who of ocean going boats. There's a Shannon 38, there's a Luya 38, there's a Westsail 32, and good old Windover. So we're kind of in good company. I think they have the most secure boats, but certainly Windover's got the warmest boat because we've got this lovely full enclosure. I can't say enough about that either, because it's going to be cool and windy today, and we're going to be in a nice comfortable boat. It's looking like 11 to 15 knots today. The wind will be coming out of the west, so it's going to be a beam reach. We're going to be under reefed main and a small bit of jib, and we're going to be going down the coast, trying to maintain a speed about 5 knots so we know when we're going to arrive in Cape May. 8:30 in the morning is a good time today to be there, so that's when we intend to be. We're just rounding the light coming out of Great Kills Harbour. It's the Great Kills Light, it's called. So we're just about to round the tip of Sandy Hook, which is offering us protection in normal winds, but right now we've got north winds, so we're in shallower waters with a northwesterly wind coming on the quarter, so it's making the boat a little like this. So we got to get some sail up shortly. It's a bit of a tangled mess up there, just rounding Sandy Hook. There's lots of aids to navigation, lots of stuff going on, and it's a little more than we're accustomed to in the Great Lakes. We're going into this major ocean shipping channel, and we're going to find our way out. Now, for the convenience of those of us who are going south, if ever you want to go, there is a dotted line you can follow. It's the 3-mile line. If you follow that line along, it does keep you in safe water. It keeps you 3 miles off. It follows the shoreline. You can straighten it out somewhat because it does follow every little dip and dive of the shore, but conveniently on the chart there's this dotted line you can follow, and it's on Navionics as well. Another thing I want to say is that we've been looking at windy.com to get some forecasts for the winds and for the waves. The waves seem to be about bang on, but almost every time we look at windy for a wind, we find they underestimate a little bit. So make sure you pick 3 or 4 sources for your route planning and plan your way along. You know, 2 hours from departure will be here, 4 hours will be here, 5 hours will be here, and then you're able to use those forecasts to your advantage and know what you're going to see. Today we're going to see 11 to 18 knots all day, and we're going to be inshore at the 3-mile mark pretty much again all day. There's one area where we're going to go out a little bit because I think it's Barnegat Light. There's a lot going on in there, a lot of rock and what have you, so we're going to stay in the deeper water. But other than that, it's a straight shot all the way to Cape May. And I'm in my shirt sleeves. It's 14 degrees outside, and all these poor guys in these beautiful big ocean-going boats are out in the cold. I'm so thankful again for this full enclosure. And I think any boat we get from now on is going to have a full enclosure. So that's where we're at. Life is good. made it through the night. It was a relatively calm evening. We scooted along under sail, 5 knots pretty much all night long. A couple of times the wind died off significantly, so we started the engine and just motor sailed, but almost all night long we sailed. Just as we were nearing Cape May, I started the engine again, and we're just motor sailing because it's right on the nose, and the wind is like 25 knots right now. So that friendly sea I talked about earlier, not so friendly anymore. But the sun is out, and we're going to have a nice meal and a nap and a hot shower and be back to 100% by sometime this afternoon. Looks like we're going to get into Cape May in about an hour. But here's what it's looking like now. We're just entering the Cape May Inlet, and man, the combination of wind and tide in here, it is rolling. My goodness. So we've had this thing standing on its ear ever since we entered the channel. It looks like our friends, one pair of them took the sail down outside and the others decided to take sail down inside. We're going to do the same. The channel is nasty, but it looks like there's calm water ahead. Woohoo!
What's the wind speed?
25.
25. Oh dear.
Talk to me.